Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken. Proverbs 3:25-26. Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're going to be making Creole style red beans and rice. Let's get started. All right, here's a few of our ingredients. We're using andouille sausage. We're also using ham hocks because they tend to have better meat on the bone. But if you're not a meat eater, you should be fine with just the bean or turkey necks if you do not eat pork. All right, our most important ingredient is red kidney beans. I like the Camellia brand. It is heavily used in Louisiana and with Creole red beans and rice. And we're gonna sift through and take out all the ugly, weird looking, defiled looking beans. As you can see, there's quite a few. You definitely wanna pick through. And then once you have thoroughly sifted it, you wanna let it sit in cold water overnight preferably. And that way the beans will expand and it'll be faster cooking time, unless you do it in a crock pot or pressure cooker. As you can see, this is what they look like when they have set in water long enough, and we can start cooking now.
So you want to get your Trinity nice and cut up. We got celery, onion, white onion, whatever onion you want, half of a green bell pepper, and some green scallion or green onion, whatever you want to call it. And I chopped up some andouille in half. So I did a circular and then I did it in half. So I know in Louisiana a lot of them use tasso, which is still smoked pork of some sort. It's like a smoked ham, and it comes kind of like that. They cube it and put it in, but I'm going to use andouille sausage. All right, let's get started.
Now you want to melt some butter into a pan because we're going to saute our Trinity. Once again, our Trinity consists of onion, green bell pepper. You can use different color bell pepper, but I prefer green because it tastes more organic. The other colors seem sweeter at times. And last but not least, celery. That is our Trinity.
Okay, so I did this backwards. I really should have put the sausage into brown first and then put the vegetables in. But we're just going to throw them all in the same pot.
So midway through, I realized this was a bad idea too. You can't do it like this. It just will take the process longer. What I ended up doing was separating the sausage, sauteing it on its own so it could brown a lot quicker, and then we're going to add it to the pot after. As you can see, I put it in a whole separate skillet, and we're going to get it nice and brown. You want to get that Trinity stirred in good till the onion is translucent. Okay. All right, we're going to add one of my favorite ingredients, minced garlic. You can chop it up at the cloves if you want, but it's the same taste difference. So we're going to put some minced garlic. And as you can see, our sausage is nice and brown. We're going to go ahead and add it right to the pot. Next, we're going to go ahead and throw our beans in there that have been soaking, and just spread it around. And we're going to do a nice ingredient. We have shrimp and crab boils, zatarains, which adds a very nice element to the flavor. I know that's kind of unheard of to add a seafood seasoning, but let me tell you, it's a game changer. Next, we're adding some onion powder. And you can't have onion powder without garlic powder. Like, they go together like a twin set. Okay. You can leave this out if you want, but I like my things with a kick, so we're going to add some cayenne pepper to the mix. Now, the Creole ingredients we're going to use later involve cayenne already, so that's up to you if you want to do it. But now we add in paprika on top. You can use smoked, which might give it a better taste. Alright, next we have some thyme. You can use actual thyme or just the thyme leaves. Either or is going to taste the same. And what we doing if we ain't using Tony's in our Creole Cajun meal? And if I do Tony's, you know you got to do some Cajun seasoning too. You got to balance it too, like onion and garlic. Can't have one without the other. Now we're adding some black pepper. And we're going to add some Lowry seasoning salt. And like the shrimp boil, the crab boil, the bouillon chicken, this is a game changer. This is tomato and chicken bouillon from Goya. It says that in the Spanish if you don't understand, but this is powdered bouillon. Then we have some bay leaves. We're going to toss 3 in there, or 2.5. We're going to get ready to stir that around real good because we're going to get ready to put our meat in there. And there are several varieties you can do, but we're sticking with neck bones, and I'm going to tell you why in just a moment. As you can see, we got some great size smoked neck bones. I choose to use neck bones because when you put them into a dish, the meat just falls off the bone. It's so much meat versus like a ham hock where you get meat, but you got to pick it off. And everything else is kind of, to me, neck bone gives the best meat. And we're doing chicken broth on top, and we're also going to combine that with some water. So I did 1 quart. You could do 2 quarts if you don't want to add water, but I don't want too salty, so I like the water to give it a little balance to it. So we're doing hot water. You want to make sure your water fully covers the meat. And we're going to stir that around and get the process going for boiling, because it's going to take a few hours, y'all. Now, this is optional. If you don't like your stuff hot, don't do this. Add some hot sauce of your choosing. And we're going to just let it simmer right on down, y'all. Yo, I feel like I always forget at least one ingredient. I have to come back and put it in. Don't forget to throw a little butter in there. Just to give it, butter heightens the flavor. And we're just going to stir that in with the hot sauce combination. It just sets the tone for the mood going forward for the next few hours.
So we're about an hour in. We got about 2 hours to go, and I'm just getting in there and kind of moving my neck bones around and breaking it up some. Also, when we're almost there, I'm gonna smash a few beans up for the thickness. I mean, that matters.
Woo boy, look at all that pot. Look at this pot. I feel like neck bones really help with the thickness of a bowl of beans, a pot of beans, because it gives off so much meat. You see how the meat is just falling off the bone. I didn't have to really do too much. It came off on its own. Whereas ham hocks, from time to time, I've watched people have to shred it and throw it back in the pot. Like, we ain't got that kind of time. Stick with neck bones. I feel like you don't even have to smash a whole lot of beans for the thickness, because the neck bone has already kind of thickened that pot lick up for you. But we're going to do it anyway. But I'm just pressing a metal spoon, or you can use a fork too. Just get a handful of beans and just smash them up.
I will say that when you use a good meat like a ham hock or a neck bone, you don't really have to mash the beans like that. It already has its own thickness to it. But I'm gonna still mash a few because I still want it slightly thicker. You see, I'm just mashing it and then putting it right back in the pot and stirring it in. But I think we're good. I'm not gonna make it super thick. I feel like it's already a very thick consistency, and I'm gonna plate it. Let's go. And we got some nice fluffy rice. If you want me to walk you through how to make rice perfectly, then we'll do that. I'm gonna scoop it into my little dish and let's go. I'm getting better at it.
Dun 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 dun. This is to make them fall in love with you beans. I ain't gotta put nothing crazy in there, just the ingredients I showed you. And it makes somebody feel like they are loved when they leave your house or wherever they coming from where you giving them a plate. These are red beans and rice, Louisiana style. If you like what you see, make sure you try out the recipe and let me know. Comment below and let me know how it turned out for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Have a blessed day.